Creature of Midnight, a scary story from Reddit. Subscribe to Scary Stories Vault for great videos to relax, study, or just enjoy. I was driving down the highway, my hands gripping the steering wheel tightly, eyes focused ahead as the dark stretch of road unraveled before me. It was late, probably past midnight, but I had always preferred driving at night. There was something calming about the emptiness. The quiet, just me, and the hum of my car against the endless black ribbon of asphalt. The radio was playing softly, some old rock song I barely remembered. Outside, the trees blurred into a shapeless wall of shadows, flickering in and out of the range of my headlights. The sky was moonless, stars barely visible through the thick canopy of clouds that had begun to gather. I was about 100 miles out from the nearest town, driving through a remote area known for its long, desolate highways, not the kind of place you want to break down. But my car was in good shape. I'd checked it before leaving. No reason to worry. That's when I first saw it. At first, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. It was just a glimpse. Something on the side of the road, maybe a deer or some other animal moving through the trees. But no, this was different. It was moving too fast, keeping pace with my car. My heart skipped a beat, and I pressed my foot harder on the gas, the engine responding with a low growl as I pushed the speedometer past 70. The thing was still there, though, running alongside me, its form barely visible in the corner of my vision, darting in and out of the shadows like it was toying with me. I glanced over, just a quick look to see if I could get a better view. That's when my stomach dropped. It wasn't an animal, at least not any kind I'd ever seen. It had a long, stretched-out body like something that had been pulled too tight, too thin. Its limbs were unnaturally long, almost spindly, and there were four of them almost spindly, and there were four of them, all working in sync to keep up with my car. But what really made my blood run cold was its head. It was round, smooth, almost featureless, save for two glowing eyes that seemed to pierce through the darkness, locking onto me with an intensity that sent shivers down my spine. I could hear the blood pounding in my ears, feel the panic rising in my chest. My hands trembled as I gripped the wheel tighter, trying to maintain control, but my mind was screaming at me to get out of there. Whatever that thing was, it wasn't natural. It wasn't supposed to be here. I floored it. The car surged forward, the engine roaring as the speedometer crept past 80, then 90. But when I dared to look again, the creature was still there. Its legs were moving in a blur, its body undulating with each stride as it kept pace with my car. Faster, faster. I couldn't shake it. No matter how much I accelerated, it was always there, just at the edge of my vision, like a shadow that refused to disappear. Come on, I muttered to myself, my voice barely a whisper over the sound of the wind rushing past. I could feel the fear creeping in, icy fingers wrapping around my heart as I glanced at the rearview mirror. Nothing behind me, but it didn't matter. The creature wasn't behind me. It was beside me. Suddenly, the thing made a sharp turn and veered directly into the road, right in front of me. My breath caught in my throat as I swerved, the tires screeching against the pavement. The car jerked violently to the side, and for a moment, I thought I was going to lose control. But somehow, I managed to keep it steady, pulling back onto the road as my heart pounded in my chest. I couldn't outrun it. I realized that now. Whatever it was faster than my car. Stronger, too, by the way it had moved, and it wasn't going to stop. I glanced to the side again. It was still there, closer now. I could see the way its limbs bent at odd angles, like its joints were all wrong. The way its skin seemed to shimmer under the faint glow of my headlights. And those eyes. Those piercing, glowing eyes that never left me. What the hell was it? A question ran through my mind, as irrational as it was desperate. Was this thing hunting me? Was it waiting for me to slow down, to stop? My breathing came in shallow, rapid gasps as I pressed harder on the gas, the car shaking as it reached 100 miles per hour. The road stretched out in front of me, endless and empty, and I felt a flicker of hope. Maybe, just maybe, I could outrun it. Maybe if I went fast enough. The thing leaped. One moment it was beside me, and the next it was on top of the car. I heard the thud, the metallic creak of the roof as its weight slammed down. My heart stopped, and for a split second, everything seemed to slow down. I could hear the wind rushing past, feel the vibration of the car beneath me, but my mind was frozen. I didn't dare look up. I didn't want to see it. The car swerved again as I struggled to keep control. My knuckles white as I gripped the steering wheel. I could feel the creature's weight shifting above me, could hear the scratching of its claws as it moved, and then, suddenly, it was gone. Just like that. The weight lifted, and I glanced up, only to see its long, twisted form darting off into the trees again, disappearing into the trees again, disappearing into the shadows like it had never been there. But I knew better. It was still out there, somewhere, watching me. I didn't stop driving. I didn't dare. My foot stayed pressed to the gas, the car roaring as I pushed it as fast as it would go. The road ahead blurred into a dark tunnel, and all I could think about was getting away. Away from that thing, away from whatever nightmare I had stumbled into. I don't know how long I drove like that, my heart racing, my mind in a fog of terror. Minutes, hours. Time seemed to lose meaning, the world narrowing down to the stretch of highway in front of me and the pounding of my pulse in my ears. And then, just as suddenly as it had appeared, it was gone. The creature didn't follow me anymore. The road was empty again, quiet. I slowed down, my breathing heavy, and for the first time I dared to hope that maybe, just maybe, I was safe. But that hope was short-lived. As I pulled off the highway, into the dimly lit parking lot of a rundown gas station, I noticed something. In the rearview mirror, just for a split second, I saw it again, standing there at the edge of the lot, watching me, its glowing eyes cutting through the night. I froze, my hand hovering over the ignition key. I knew, deep down, that it wasn't over. It would never be over. That thing was still out there, waiting,